All right, good morning, everyone. We're so excited to have you guys here helping us plant some more trees for our Houston Ship Channel Trees program. Today, before we get started, I'm just gonna demo how to plant a tree. And it is very basic, just follow your instinct, right? Except for today's planting, we're gonna do a little bit more steps to help these trees acclimate to this new area where they're gonna be planted. Because the Ship Channel is very tough terrain to be able to grow in as a plant. And so we wanna follow a couple of steps to make sure that these trees will survive and thrive in this area. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna dig a hole. And for today's seedlings, we're gonna dig a hole about this big. So I'd say probably maybe 12 inches. What you wanna do then is take your seedlings and you're going to place them into the hole and make sure that they are just a little bit above ground. You don't want them sunk into the hole because then when it rains, everything will come into the hole and you'll end up getting some root rot. So you actually want the tree placed in the hole and sitting just a little bit above ground. Now notice I said seedlings. We do plant 2 seedlings per hole, and that's because we want to make sure that at least one of these trees will make it to be full grown, like some of the ones that you see around here behind me. And giving it a little buddy in the same planting will help to make that happen. So once you've dug your hole, you've kind of measured and made sure that everything is nice and it fits right and it's gonna sit well. Then you're gonna take it back out and you're gonna add some mycorrhizal fungi. And that's the stuff that we have here. So once you have the hole dug, you can use both trees and make sure that you have enough width in there and that they're gonna be sitting at the right depth. Then take them back out and we're gonna add some of the mycorrhizal fungi. And remember, just a little bit will go a long way. And this fungi is here because it's a party. No, this fungi is here so that it can help establish these plants and make a relationship with the soil that's around it. Because these were grown in a nursery and because this is tough terrain, we're kind of helping to put that relationship together with this fungi. So add a little bit of fungi, put the trees back in, and then use some of the soil that you dug out to fill the holes back into the plant. We're almost done, right? One of the best parts about planting trees is how it looks at the end. So we have this beautiful set of seedlings in the ground, and now we're just gonna give it a little bit of a skirt with some of the mulch. And so with the mulch, we're gonna do like a mulch donut, not a volcano. So what that means is that we actually don't want any of the mulch touching the roots of the trees. And the reason being is that that will actually cause a little bit of root rot because mulch is supposed to hold moisture and help it grow and help kill the grass around it. And so we want the mulch in a donut formation around the trees, but not actually touching the trees. And then you're all done. So when we started this program about 3 years ago, we really heavily started to plant trees. There's a lot of faith that goes into putting these trees on the ground because, especially for the seedlings, they're only about a foot, 2 feet high. But there is a saying in the outdoor world when you plant trees or you plant vegetables or flowers, whatever it is, you say the first year they sleep, the second year they creep, and then the third year they leap. And that's exactly what we see here at PV Road. These trees were only about 2 feet high when they were planted. And luckily, the summer that they were planted, or the summer after they were planted, they got a lot of rainfall, unlike this past summer. So these trees did really well establishing themselves. And now they are well on their way to becoming a forested area for this road and to help with all that carbon sequestration, soil erosion, water absorption, and all the other benefits that these trees are providing for this neighborhood. So when we plant our trees in the thousands, we know that it's going to take a long time to establish. People have to be patient. And we've worked really well with our private landowners to make sure that they understand that it's not going to be a landscaped project. It's going to be a little bit of grasses everywhere. The trees are going to be settling in, establishing their roots in the areas, and then they're going to really take off and make that area what I know they initially thought they would have with us. So